How's it going, guys? So it's the next day now, and I think I'm going to see if we can get this carburetor here cleaned out and figured up. I don't know if just the valve, the needle and the float's sticking or what, but we'll get it taken off. Decided the way I'm going to do it, we're just going to take these two bolts off. We'll leave the air cleaner on, and we'll just slide it out after we get all the linkages unhooked. So yeah, now we can take it into the shop there, into some shade, and work on it in there. So get these two bolts taken out and linkages unhooked, and everything should come right off. All right, so we got our carburetor off here. Just a quick, 2-second process. It is a little crusty. I think I might order a rebuild kit for it eventually, but yeah, we're gonna try getting it fixed up so it'll run here. So yeah, we'll get this taken apart and see what kind of trouble we can get into. All right, we got it all set up in the vise here, all the fuel drained out, and we're gonna take these 4 screws here off, and that'll take the bowl here off, and look and see how stuff looks inside there. So all right, we got our screws out, and we just kind of lift 2 halves off, and doesn't, I think it could stand to get cleaned a little. My main thing was if this was sticking, which it's not. It is moving, but there's definitely some crusty stuff and everything in here, so yeah. Find a paper towel and something and see if we can clean it up and blow some stuff out here. All right, we got everything cleaned up here. I did manage to find a little bit of carb cleaner, so we'll throw it all back together now, and hopefully it works. I was kind of hoping I'd find something obvious, like, the needle was stuck or something, but I didn't, so I don't know. We'll see. Throw it back together and see if it works or not, I guess. All right, so we got the carburetor all hooked up here, and fuel line's good. Got good fuel flow out that. And as you can see here, I did shove this pry bar under the clutch pedal, just to see if I could look in through the bottom or something, see if I noticed anything out of the ordinary. And so while I was at it, I threw it in gear, and I was rocking it back and forth, and it was rocking pretty good, like it was, like the clutch was working. And I looked in there, and the flex plate, the flex plate was spinning, so it's working. I don't understand why it wasn't last night, but yeah, we had our jumper box here. So see if we can fire this up and see what we can accomplish. Seat's warm. Well, it started up good. I'm gonna pull this breaker bar out. there. And we'll try again. And I'll fire it up now and make sure it's in neutral. The carburetor, but apparently I did something right. Yeah, something in the something with the throwout bearing must be. Well, we got it running good, so. So I guess that's a plus. So I think what we're gonna end up having to do is resplit it, and I don't know if there's some way we could adjust. I have the pedal here adjusted so that the throwout bearing's going as far as it can go, essentially, and so I don't know if there's some way we could adjust the fingers on the clutch to come out more or what, but yeah. I think I'm gonna give my uncle a call, see what he's up to, and maybe he can help me out. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Alright, so the game plan now is we're gonna get it all ready to split again, and my uncle might come down later this afternoon and he's gonna look at the clutch, see if he sees anything. So yeah, I mean, essentially it's the same process as putting it back together. I've already got the alternator here taken apart, and guess that's about all I've done. But yeah, I guess I unhooked this wire. So yeah, that's, I guess, is gonna be it for now. Yeah, see what happens. Hopefully he'll see something, but kind of an interesting predicament that I got here, so catch you later, I guess. Alright, so it's actually been a couple days now, but I had my uncle, he came and looked at the tractor here. He didn't really find anything obvious. He was gonna call some people he knew that had worked on these before, so, but when we put it together, what the clutch is doing, it was almost like it's just got just enough friction with the clutch pedal down that when, you know, like it's a neutral, it doesn't have, you know, enough resistance, if you will, to stop the piece here from spinning. So, you know, like if you were to start it in gear with the clutch down, you know, it wouldn't move. The clutch would work because it had enough resistance to, you you know, not spin. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you in the next one.